Take a deep breath. Now, look at the palm of your hand. Look at the tiny lines in your skin. Now, reach out and touch the table in front of you. Feel the wood. Is it cold? Is it smooth? It feels 100% real, doesn't it?
It feels very real to me, Josh. I can feel the hard surface of my desk. I can feel the weight of my headphones on my ears.
But what if I told you that everything you see, everything you touch, and everything you smell is fake? What if you are a character in a computer game right now and you don't even know it?
That sounds like a movie, Josh, like The Matrix.
It is a movie, but many famous scientists and billionaires think it is our reality. Today, we ask the biggest question in the universe. Are we living in a simulation? Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Radio English. I am your host, Josh. I am sitting here in our studio. The lights are soft, and I have a very large glass of water on my desk. I can see the bubbles moving slowly to the top.
And I am Carla. I am sitting across from Josh. I have my favorite notebook in front of me. The cover is a bright, sunny yellow, and the paper inside is very white and smooth. I love the smell of a new notebook. It smells like possibilities.
We are so happy you joined us for this special episode. Today is a journey. It is a long conversation about a very strange topic.
For our A1 and A2 learners, don't worry. This topic sounds difficult, but we're going to use very simple English. We will use short sentences. We will repeat important ideas. We want you to learn English while your brain explores the universe.
Carla, before we start, I have to tell you something. Last night, I couldn't sleep. I was staring at the ceiling. The ceiling is white, but it has a tiny texture, like small grains of sand. And I thought, did someone paint the ceiling, or did a computer create this texture to make me think it is real?
Oh, Josh, you are thinking too much. But I understand. Sometimes the world looks too perfect. The way the sun hits the trees or the way the rain falls in a perfect rhythm. It makes you wonder.
Exactly. So for the next hour, we are going to look at the evidence. We will talk about video games, we will talk about glitches, and we will talk about math.
Grab your coffee, find a comfortable place to sit, and let's dive into the matrix.
Carla, let's talk about history. Specifically, the history of video games. Do you remember the very first games?
I remember seeing them in museums. There was a game called Pong. It was released in 1972.
Describe Pong for our listeners, Carla. What did it look like?
It was very, very simple. The screen was black. There were two white lines on the sides. Those were the paddles. And there was one small square white dot. That was the ball.
And the sound?
Just a simple beep, boop, beep. It did not look real. It did not feel real. No one looked at Pong and said, wow, this is reality.
Right, it was just pixels. Now, think about 10 years later, the 1980s. We had Super Mario.
Yes, Mario was a little man in a red hat. He could jump, he could run. The world had colors. Blue sky, green bushes, red mushrooms. It was better, but it still looked like a cartoon. You knew it was a game.
Exactly. But now, Carla, let's look at today. Look at games like Cyberpunk or Call of Duty.
Oh, they are incredible. When I see them on a high-definition TV, I am amazed. The water has reflections. You can see the light bouncing off the metal of a car. You can see the individual hairs on a character's head.
If you show a game from 2026 to a person from 1972, they would be terrified. They would think it is a magic window into another world.
So, the point is, games get better every year. The graphics get better, the sound gets better. The physics, the way things move, becomes more realistic.
Exactly. Now, Carla, let's use logic. If games continue to improve for 100 more years, or 1,000 more years, or 10,000 more years, what happens?
I suppose they will become perfect.
Yes, perfect. You will put on a headset or maybe a chip in your brain, and you will enter a world that is 100% like this one. You will feel the heat of a fire. You will smell the aroma of fresh bread. You will not be able to tell the difference between the game and reality.
That's a very big if, Josh. But if it is possible, then it will happen.
And if it happens once, it will happen millions of times. People will create millions of simulations. So there are millions of fake worlds, but only one real world.
So, if there are millions of fake worlds and only one real one, the chance that we are in the real one is almost zero.
1 in a million, Carla. 1 in a million.
Okay, Josh, you are starting to convince me, but let me ask you something. Every computer has mistakes. My phone freezes, my laptop restarts. If this is a simulation, why is it so stable? Where are the glitches?
Oh, they're everywhere, Carla. People see them every day. We call them glitches in the matrix.
Give me an example, a simple one.
Have you ever walked into a room, maybe your kitchen, and you suddenly forget why you're there? You stand in the middle of the floor, you look at the fridge, you look at the sink, but your mind is blank.
Yes, that happens to me all the time. I think, why am I here? Did I want water? Did I want a snack?
In the game Sims, when the player cancels an action, the character just stands there for a moment. They look confused. Maybe in that moment, the programmer canceled your action.
That is a very funny thought. Cancel, drink water, walk to kitchen, stop.
It feels like a joke, but think about deja vu.
Yes, the feeling that you have seen this exact moment before. You're talking to a friend, they say a specific word, a bird flies past the window, and you think, I remember this. This happened before.
Many people think deja vu is just a mistake in our memory. But in simulation theory, it's the computer reloading a scene. Maybe the computer made a mistake, so it had to go back 10 seconds and try again.
Most people don't know this, but there are thousands of photos online of glitches in real life.
Like what?
Like two identical cars parked next to each other. Not just the same model, but the same color, the same dirt on the wheels, and the same license plate. Almost.
Or the floating object glitch. People take photos of birds that look like they're frozen in the air. Their wings aren't moving, they're just stuck.
Or the identical people glitch. You're walking down the street in London or New York, you see a man in a blue jacket. 10 seconds later, you see another man. He has the same blue jacket, the same hair, and he's walking in the exact same way.
It's like the computer is trying to save memory. It uses the same character model twice in the same street because it thinks you won't notice.
It's a very strange feeling when you notice it. You feel a little shiver down your back. The air feels a bit colder. You think the world is not what it seems.
Let's talk about math for a few minutes. I know math is usually boring in school, but this is different.
Math is the language of computers.
Exactly. If you build a video game, you use math to decide how things fall. You use math to decide how light moves.
And our world?
Our world is 100% math, Carla. Everything. Look at a sunflower. The seeds in the center follow a very specific math pattern called the Fibonacci sequence.
Look at a snowflake. It has 6 sides. It's a perfect geometric shape every single time.
Look at the planets. They move in perfect circles or ellipses because of gravity. And gravity is just a math equation.
Even our DNA, the code that makes you Carla and makes me Josh. It is a code. It is information. It is 0 and 1.
If you go deep enough into the universe, smaller than atoms, you don't find stuff. You don't find little balls of matter. You find information.
So the universe is built with code, just like a website or a game.
This is why scientists like Elon Musk or Neil deGrasse Tyson think this theory is very strong. The math is too perfect. It looks like it was designed.
Designed by a programmer.
Exactly. Oh, Carla, my brain is starting to feel like a computer with too many tabs open.
Me too, Josh. Let's take a short break.
When we come back, we are going to talk about who is playing the game and how we can win at life if it is a simulation. And we are back. You are listening to Radio English. I am Josh, and I am still sitting in my chair. At least I think I am sitting in a chair.
And I am Carla. I am still here too. Josh, before the break, you said something very interesting. You said the world looks designed.
It does. If there is a design, there is a designer. If there is a program, there is a programmer.
So, who is it? Is it an alien? Is it a god? Or is it a teenager in a basement in the year 50,000?
That is the big question. Many people think it is our own descendants.
Our descendants? You mean our great 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 grandchildren from the future?
Yes, imagine the future. Imagine a time where humans have computers that are 1 billion times more powerful than today. They want to study history.
In school, I studied history from books. I read about the kings and queens, I read about the wars. It was okay, but a bit boring.
Exactly. But in the future, they don't read books. They build ancestry simulations. They create a digital version of our current world.
So, we are a history project?
Maybe. Maybe we are just a program made by a student to see how humans lived before they had space travel or telepathy.
That makes me feel a bit small, Josh. I'm just a project for a student. I hope I get an A.
I hope so too. But think about The Sims again. Sometimes you play the game because you want to see what happens. Sometimes you are kind to the characters. You give them a big house and a good job.
And sometimes people are mean. They take away the doors so the character cannot leave the room.
Right. This explains why life is sometimes very good and sometimes very difficult. Maybe the programmer is testing us. Or maybe the programmer is just watching.
Does the programmer ever talk to us?
Some people think intuition or luck is the programmer helping us. Have you ever had a moment where you felt like you should turn left instead of right and then you avoided an accident?
Yes, I have. It felt like a little voice in my head.
Maybe that was the player moving your character. Wait, Josh, don't go that way. Go this way.
Let's talk about the science again. I want to know about the speed limit.
Oh, this is my favorite part. Every computer has a limit. If you try to play a game that is too big for your computer, the game gets slow.
Yes, it lags. The screen freezes.
Our universe has a lag limit too. It is the speed of light.
300,000 kilometers per second. Why is that the limit?
Scientists don't know why, but in simulation theory, it is the maximum speed of the processor. The computer cannot calculate the information faster than that.
So the universe has hardware.
Exactly. And think about the pixels of the universe.
You mentioned this earlier, the Planck length.
Yes, if you have a digital photo and you zoom in, you make it bigger and bigger. Eventually, you see small squares of color.
Pixels.
If you zoom in on the universe, into the atoms, then into the particles, you find a limit. You cannot go smaller. There is a smallest possible unit of space and time.
That is very strange. If the world was natural, it should be infinite. You should be able to go smaller forever.
But you can't. The universe is quantized. That's a big word for A2, but it just means made of small separate parts, just like a digital screen.
So the light has a speed limit and the world has pixels. Josh, this sounds 100% like a computer.
It really does. Even the way time works. Did you know that time moves slower if you go very fast?
I heard about that, Einstein's theory.
In a computer game, if there is too much action, the computer slows down the clock so it can finish the calculations.
So time dilation is just the computer slowing down to prevent a crash?
That is exactly what the theory says.
Okay, let's take a breath. Let's help our listeners with some of the words we use today.
Good idea. We used the word simulation. A simulation is a copy of something. It is not the original.
We use the word glitch. A glitch is a small mistake in a computer. There's a glitch in the system.
We talked about the programmer. This is the person who writes the code.
We use the word code. Code is the language of computers. It is made of 0 and 1.
We used the word pixel. A pixel is the smallest dot on a screen.
We used a very interesting word, intuition. That is when you feel something is true, but you don't know why.
We use the word descendants. These are the people who come after you, your children and your children's children.
And finally, we used hardware. Hardware is the physical part of a computer, the metal, the wires, and the screen.
Let's practice a simple sentence. I think the programmer is having a good day today.
My life feels very fast. Maybe the hardware is very good. Josh, we have reached the end of our episode. I have one final question.
Ask me anything, Carla.
If this is a simulation, does it matter? Does my life matter?
That is the most important question. And my answer is yes, it matters.
Why?
Because your feelings are real. When you eat a strawberry, it tastes sweet. When you see a friend, you feel happy. When you listen to music, you feel moved.
So the source of the world, atoms or code, doesn't change the experience.
Exactly. If you are in a game, play the best game you can. Be kind to the other characters. Explore the map. Learn new skills like English.
I like that. Play the best game you can. That is very beautiful, Josh.
Thank you, Carla, and thank you, listeners, for staying with us. You are amazing.
We have a little homework for you today.
Yes, we want you to look for a glitch. Did you see something strange today? Did you feel deja vu?
Go to our YouTube channel, Radio English, and find this video. Write a comment and tell us about your glitch. We read every comment.
And please help us grow. Click the subscribe button.
Click the like button and turn on the notifications. It tells the YouTube algorithm that you like our show.
Is the algorithm the programmer? Maybe.
Goodbye, everyone.
Stay curious, keep practicing, and we will see you in the next simulation.
Bye-bye.